Good day, I'm Tamara McHale and this is your GIS News for Friday, September 24. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is encouraging Jamaicans at home and in the diaspora to sign a petition seeking a United States presidential pardon for national hero Marcus Garvey, who was convicted of mail fraud in 1923.
I urge you to do it because Marcus Garvey is our national hero. But in the United States, he is not so recognized. And there is a charge against him, which we believe he should be exonerated from that. That should be struck from the record.
The Prime Minister was speaking at a town hall meeting Queens, New York, Thursday. 100,000 signatures are needed by September 28 for the U.S. government to consider the posthumous pardon for the island's first national hero. Persons wishing to sign the petition may do so at justiceforgarvey.org. Jamaica has signed the instrument of ratification of the ILO Convention C-189, or Domestic Workers Convention. While committing his government to empower women economically, Prime Minister Andrew Holness encouraged other nations to sign on to the convention.
We are committed to the protection of the rights of the most vulnerable among us and to ensuring the welfare of all domestic workers within the framework of our determination to promote decent work for all.
Prime Minister Holness made the remarks Thursday at the UN High-Level Panel on the Economic Empowerment of Women. The ILO Convention C-189, or the Domestic Workers Convention, seeks to improve the working and living conditions of all household workers. State-run gaming industry authorities are to be merged into one regulatory entity. Portfolio Minister Audley Shaw says a new gaming commission will be formed from the merger of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission and the Jamaica Racing Commission.
This body will be the main advisory body to the government on gaming and will be given the resources and powers to regulate the industry through the issuance of operating licenses, the development of codes of practice and monitor compliance in regard to law and regulations.
Mr. Shaw was speaking Thursday at the 3rd Annual Gaming Industry Summit in Kingston. A legislative committee has been established to facilitate the merger. The Finance Minister, meanwhile, says government has finalized negotiations for the divestment of Ktruck Limited to Supreme Ventures Limited. Mr. Shaw says the proposed terms for the divestment will be submitted to Cabinet for approval in October and that every effort is being made for a speedy handover.
And I say to the stakeholders, everybody from the trainers to the owners of horses to everyone, don't be afraid of this divestment. It is going to make the industry better, stronger, and yes, wealthier.
Minister of Finance and the Public Service Audley Shaw has given the assurance that there is no shortage of foreign exchange in the Jamaican market. Speaking in Parliament on Tuesday, Mr. Shaw said the island's reserves were healthy and the Bank of Jamaica has met the increased demand with active intervention sales to the foreign exchange market.
I want to emphasize, Mr. Speaker, that with our current gross international reserves, we are able to cover 25 weeks of projected imports of goods and services. The net international reserves is over $2.5 billion and the gross reserves is over $3 billion United States dollars.
Up to $3 billion in investments are expected over the next 5 years from the planned upgrading of the Alpart alumina plant in St. Elizabeth by Chinese-owned Jiquan Iron and Steel Company JISCO. This as the China Development Bank CDB has pumped an additional $200 million into the project, which will also see the Alpart area being established into a special economic zone. The details were revealed on Thursday at a signing ceremony for a framework cooperation agreement between JISCO, the Government of Jamaica, and the CDB at the Office of the Prime Minister.
We are serious about growth and development in the Jamaican economy. I'm renewed in my faith to make Jamaica, as this government is, the choice to live, raise families, and do business as we seek to impart the educational process between two countries coming together to develop a whole area of its economy.
3 other agreements are to be signed under the project. They are the Establishment Agreement, the Fiscal Agreement, and the Agency Agreement. In July this year, Russian mining company UC Rusal finalized a $300 million sale of the Alpart alumina refinery to JISCO. Meanwhile, GISCO has promised to use environmentally friendly methods in the plant's operations. And finally, the Tourism Ministry is on a drive to make the products of the sector more accessible to all Jamaicans. Portfolio Minister Edmund Bartlett says this includes the physically and mentally challenged. This will be the main objective during Tourism Awareness Week 2016, being observed September 25 to October 1, under the theme Tourism for All, promoting universal accessibility.
So beaches, for example, we regard as being a public good and a facility that must be available to all. And so we have spent $350 million to date on improving a number of beaches to enable facilities on those beaches that all types of individuals, irrespective of their abilities, can access and can enjoy.
The activities for Tourism Awareness Week will include a social media competition, a poster competition, beach development program expose on September 27 at Boston Beach in Portland, and the official launch of the National Community Tourism Portal on September 28 at Devon House in St. Andrew. And that's it for GIS News today. I'm Tamara McHale. Thank you for watching.